In the mid-1300s, in part of the Persian Empire we now call Iran, Khwaja Shams-ud-Din Muhammad Hafiz-e-Shirazi, the poet we know as Hafiz, wrote the following lines. A quick note, he refers to himself in the third person in this poem. Okay, he writes, "If God invited you to a party and said, 'Everyone in the ballroom tonight will be my special guest,' how would you then treat them when you arrived? Indeed, indeed. And Hafiz knows that there is no one in the world who is not standing upon God's jeweled dance floor." The dance floor. I've been on a lot of dance floors in my life. The first dance floor I remember was not jeweled by any means. It was my elementary school gym. Wooden floor, waxed smooth, black and red lines marking out the basketball half court. In Texas, when I was a girl, square dancing was requisite physical education. So the coaches would gather us up during PE class, all of us awkward 4th and 5th graders, and they'd teach us how to bow to our partner, and bow to our corner, and promenade, and do-si-do. And we giggled and we squirmed, and we managed to hold our partner's hands with absolute minimum amount of physical contact. We stumbled over each other, stepped on each other's toes, circled left when everyone else was circling right, and swung our partners right off of our arms. But eventually, we learned the steps. We learned the rhythm. And even my 10-year-old eyes could see that there was something beautiful in all of us dancing together to the same song. I had never heard of Hafiz then, never heard of Rumi, didn't know a thing about Islam or Sufism or the great lineage of mystical poetry those men helped create. Persian Empire, Farsi, nothing. I was listening to Michael Jackson and trying to learn how to moonwalk. But 30 years and hundreds of dance floors later, the poet's ancient words have shaped my heart and worldview, and I dance and live differently now because of them. What Hafiz and many of the other mystical poets helped teach me was to pay attention to the rhythm beneath the rhythm of my daily life, to feel the bottom beat, to listen to the undertone, trusting that a deeper wisdom was singing there. And if I paid attention, I could hear the strong bass line that supported the ever-changing melody of my modern life. Like yours, my modern life is busy. I work 2 jobs, mother a 6-year-old son, try to keep up with my friends, volunteer for social causes when I can, try to stay on top of what's happening politically in our country, and make time to call my mom. I keep a lot of plates spinning, a lot of pots on the burners. And the voice in my head says it's because I know my time on this earth is short, and it matters that I spend it working for justice, working for peace, using my power and privilege on behalf of those who have none. As the old saying goes, you can't get to heaven in a rocking chair, right? So I work hard. But then, like many of you, I imagine, I get overwhelmed with the frenzied tempo of it all. I lose my footing. I miss my steps. I begin to despair at the brick walls of hatred and injustice I keep trying to kick down, and I start feeling like none of it is worth it. I just want to give up and go to the beach and drink coconut drinks. And that's where the poets come in. That's when Hafiz reminds me of the real work of my life, the only true work required of every human being. He writes, "Just sit there right now. Don't do a thing. Just rest for your separation from God is the hardest work in this world. Let me bring you trays of food and something that you like to drink. You can use my soft words as a cushion for your head. Hafiz reminds me that if I stop my frenetic dancing once in a while, if I freeze mid-step, the Spirit will refresh me, will renew me with abundance. It is the nature of the universe, the nature of the mystery, to create, to bless, to revive. I don't have to work for the universe's approval. It is enough for me to sit. I am enough just as I am. So while it is my call to work for justice, to help dismantle institutionalized systems of oppression, it is also my call to just be. To appreciate that when I am still and I am listening to the rhythm, I am, in fact, reflecting the beloved mystery back to itself. In hearing the song, I remember that I am part of the song. As my dad used to say, we are human beings, not human doings. Hafiz writes about this too. Another quick note, Hafiz often refers to God as my beloved. So he writes, my beloved said, my name is not complete without yours. I thought, how could a human's worth ever be such? And God, knowing all our thoughts, and all our thoughts are innocent steps on the path, God then addressed my heart. God revealed a sublime truth to the world when he sang, I am made whole by your life. Each soul completes me. So each soul is participating in the one dance, then. The dance is not complete without each and every one of us. We are all God's specially invited guests to this party we call life. That means you and every other person that I meet are my specially chosen dance partners, even if your politics feel gross to me. Even if you hate me for my gender or my race, we, all of us, share this one dance floor. Truly, there is no them. There is only us. This mysterious, beloved, beautiful life is the only dance floor we have. What was true for Hafiz 700 years ago is still true in our time, that we are dancing to the music of the mystery, and the rhythm is the rhythm of love. We will not hear it every day, but love is the baseline. Love is the harmony. Love is the melody. Even on days that we can't hear it. When we can't hear it over the cries of black bodies broken by police brutality. When we can't hear it over the gunfire that is making holes in the bodies of our school children. When we can't hear it over the roar of waves sinking overcrowded refugee boats. The poems remind us that love is indeed always the rhythm that supports the entire song of life. And they remind us that love will win the day in the end. That is the promise. Signs of that promise don't come every day, we know. But some days they do. In fact, for many of us, one sign of that promise came on Friday. Blessed Friday. Blessed Friday, when marriage equality for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender Americans became the law of the land. Blessed Friday, when love won. Blessed Friday, when President Obama sang Amazing Grace during Representative Reverend Pinckney's eulogy and reminded us that even in the face of horrific tragedy, love will always have the last word. Love wins. Love will bow to its partner and bow to its corner and dance on. In perhaps his most famous poem, Hafiz says this in his own beautiful way. He writes, "Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, 'You owe me.' Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole world." So I invite you to dance today and to be still. And let the rhythm of the beloved mystery move you further into love today and every day. Amen.